Welcome to another episode of Career Journeys Real World Real Insights. And today we have a very special guest, Advocate Amtu. She is a family and domestic violence lawyer 498A IPC 8586 BNS under Dowry Prohibition Acts, dealing all the cases for the protection of rights for women, but mainly matrimonial matters. She completed her BA LLB degree 26 years back and has been practicing law since last 15 years. She completed her BLLB from Dr. Ambedkar College of Law, Nagpur in the year 1993-98. To go ahead, we welcome you, ma'am, for the session, and we are honored to have you over here.
Thank you so much.
With the start of this session, we would like you to share your career journey. Like right now, it's 26 years since you completed your law and you have been practicing since last 15 years. But the students who are yet to start, they have just thought that they want to be lawyers. They are in grade 9, 10th, 11th, 12th, and they want to know what is this field of law? What have you done? How did you started your career and what made you choose this career?
So I will go back in my journey in my school days when I was in my higher standards like 8th, 9th and 10th. So I had a great passion for legal subjects wherein I used to try to be very passionate in learning as to what the different laws are. I was also very driven with the justice, injustice, and that was my passion. So accordingly, as I completed my school education, immediately I took 11th, 12th commerce, where the subjects of economics helped me because again in first year law, I had economics. As I have done 5 years law, I have in the first 2 years of law, there are all common subjects of BA, BCom, where I covered sociology, economics, English, logic, and all the primary subjects to build me to be a better lawyer. So, the main thing that has brought me into this field is my passion for justice and my hard work were also paid off as though I was in active practice from 15 years, but I have never lost on my practice as every lady. Also, I had to take a break for marriage and for a child. But then, even in the passage of free time, I always had a law book in my hand, trying to update with the latest legal citations. So it is not only the career which is like you go to the college, you give your exam, that's it. No, the experience counts. So even when I was a lawyer, which the practice has even started today, that even from the first year, the children are put into the court. They have to go into the wear and tear of the legal practice, which was not the case when we were young. But still, when I was in the college, I used to go to few uncles who were lawyers. I used to sit in their offices. I used to see how they speak to the clients. When I got a chance, I always used to go to the High Court. So it is mainly the passion for law that has driven me today till for what I am today. And if you have the passion for law and if you have the passion to seek justice for people, so it is mainly the area is referring to the social reform, that it is of course when you are succeeding, when you are well read, when you are fighting your case well, money is the outcome. So it should not be the monetary gain that will lead you to this profession. It is your perfection and the uh, and the and the means hunger for justice and for giving justice to the people. Of course, like when a client comes to you, every client cannot be correct, but then for you, your client is correct, and that is our professional ethics. Also, we can try to reform our client by saying that, okay, what you did was wrong, but then fighting for our client in the court of law is what our professional ethics say. And that is all that has been driving me from the time I was a child till today. So this is the journey that I would want my small children like age people to get inspired and choose law as a profession and not think that lady hai, girl hai, how will she do bail matters? In fact, girls are leading today in getting bail matters. I have myself come from a conservative set where my parents were broad minded. I'm the only girl lawyer. But believe me, from the time I sit in the Uber till the time I reach the court, I get so much respect as a lawyer that I will never say that it is risky for a lady and for a girl. Of course, your character, your integrity lies in you. If you know where you stand, the other person is tend to give you respect. So it is just a false belief that a girl cannot practice in criminal matters. We all the criminal lawyers best are also ladies, so there is nothing like this is a gender bias profession. It is a super profession and it will give you so much respect. My lawyer friends are so good that you pick up a phone and then they are all out to help you. There is no comparison, no negativity. I go happy and I come back happy with satisfaction. Thank you.
Your journey is full of passion, inspiration, respect, then challenges, then your support from the family members as well as the people around you. So,
Yes,
congratulations
absolutely.
for living this journey.
Thank you.
You mentioned in the beginning that in the 8th, 9th, 10th standard, you were reading some laws and you were attracted towards it. So, was it civics as a subject which was most interesting, or
Yes,
was it reading different books outside the academics? Was there any home environment? How did you come across these books at the first end?
Yes, now when you are asking me, I am realizing that I was very good in history civics and I used to really score full marks. So
Hmm.
it is basically the government, the laws and all which used to attract me. I used to be really appealed by all these subjects. So I think slowly I went, my way started following the path of law with following those subjects. Absolutely. And history was also a subject in my first year law, which I scored with distinction. So, of course, I had a passion for history civics also. Yes.
So one way we can find out like which subject is more attractive, where I get deeply involved in, and then
And also
discovering it
English, like
further.
if you know, like we should have a good command over English,
Hmm.
especially in the high court and all. And also, my drafting skills were good as my English was good from the very beginning. So all these factors, as you correctly pointed out, have accumulated in going where today I stand.
Right. So English, drafting, comprehension, communication, then civics, then history.
Yes.
Did you face any objection from the parents when you said you want to go for this career?
No, so I had a conservative background, but my father was very broad minded. He just let me pursue my dreams. So the challenge that time was that though I had no lawyer in my family, my father said that if I excel in the first year, he would really support me and all because like I always had a chance to, skip to other profession. But then I did really well as I had passion for my law subjects. I scored really well in first year. So I continued with my profession and heads on, they were there all out to support me. Today, even my husband is supporting me. He will never ask where I go, what I do. Because I think respect is not demanded, it is commanded. The way you carry yourself with integrity, so actually, challenges are not such which you cannot overcome. It is not the society or the people that matter to you. It is your own mindset and your own willingness to do something.
A very powerful and strong statement. The challenges are not from outside, it's from within us. If we have a
Yes.
right mindset, we can overcome any challenges, however big it may
Yes.
be. Beautiful one.
Yes.
Right.
Thank you.
When you were working as a lawyer, like there are different branches in the field of law. So, which one was the one which you took up and why?
So, yeah, there are different branches of law, like civil, criminal are the main, the corporate, the consumer, they are all covered in civil. Then in criminal, when you see, they are all like the 498A, which I am doing is also criminal. So I cannot be called purely a civil lawyer. So all this started when I started my practice, I took up consumer cases. So I was good at it. All the orders were in my favor. Then when I also attended few bail matters, then I attended matrimonial matters. So there, that is where I saw that I am achieving good results. People are approaching to me mouth to mouth, and they are giving the opinion that, like, we are coming to know that you are the best lawyer in Vashi. So, like, all these things really motivated and encouraged me to be better and better. And I rooted myself then here only, as I was going in constantly in Bandra Family Court. I took the membership there. Now I feel more at home over there. I am residing at Washipur. So obviously Belapur is also my home for all the matters over there. So this is how I channelized myself in the family matters, as I saw there is more appreciation for me over here. And also my I am more result oriented over here. So wherever I can give good result, I go over there. And civil matters is where I continued. It was not a matter of safety or anything like that. It was just that my motivation drove me here.
Are there any challenges when you are working in this field other than the challenges which we discussed earlier with respect to work role? Are there any challenges?
Yes, the challenge is that when you have a difficult case, I have a habit of discussing with many senior lawyers. I do not think that I should feel ashamed that, oh God, like, if I ask rather than I should read books, because experience is the best form of knowledge rather than only books, because the experience teaches you all. Today when someone comes to me for consultation, I can give them advice and consultation more confidently, because I have undergone all those cases and I can tell them with experience what I have read in books about, like, different laws like divorce and domestic violence. But now when I appear in the court and I fight my case, and when the judge gives the order, so that is there. So every case is different. Even a mutual case divorce, which is very common, which is a standard format, but you see that is also very challenging. And when a mutual consent divorce case comes, you are appearing for both the parties. So both the parties are having their own ego issues, their own this. So I have to be so calm and patient that I have to just be a good listener, and I have to tell them their outcome, that this will be the outcome of your case. So I have to be very patient. Also, there are challenges when the opposite lawyers are very harsh, rude, just to make their clients happy. But then at that time, you should strike a balance, that when you should stay quiet, because the clients will come and go, but your counterparts, you are going to stay with them every time. So again, you have to strike a balance, that when you should be rude, when you should be soft. And all these challenges are there during practice. And of course, challenges are there when you have to spend money for going and coming, because court, it's not like, hospital, that you are sitting in your own hospital. You have to spend money, go. So all that is also expensive. So you should see that challenge is there, that you have to earn so much to satisfy those expenses. So these are very minor challenges, but overall it is good, very
Right.
satisfying.
So one is monetary, second is soft skills, handling the communication part, how to deal. So interpersonal skills come in. So these skills, students, how do they develop during the process of their education? Do they go for specialized courses, or does it comes naturally to them when they keep on practicing?
Yes, number one is that this comes with experience. And number two is that when the small children, when they will join any senior, they will themselves experience that they have no say in whichever company they are affiliated with. They will have to just continue and do the work as they are demanded or ordered to do. So slowly, the wear and tear of our lawyers come from the very juniorship, when we are already made patient, when they see their seniors discussing with their clients, and when they themselves go to the court and they see their seniors how they are talking to the judges, their counter lawyers, their other means their people and everyone, so slowly they will get an idea that how they should communicate. A lawyer's work is to capitalize on the opposite party's wrong, so they will know which part to speak, which part not to speak. So that is the reason today the legal machinery has started a very good thing of telling the college going people only to start joining the seniors, and that is how they develop the practice of having better communication skills, having better practice on how the body language and everything only comes with experience, not by just sitting and reading books.
Right. So basically, seniors become the role models for the juniors.
No, seniors should not be the role models, because every time the seniors can be very demotivating. Like they feel that they have become clerks rather than lawyers, though they hold the same degree, but then they are treated that way. But what I feel that the takeaway should be the learning part and ignoring the uh, ego part. Just learn, and then they always have a chance to quit and go to another senior. Like for me, I did corporate, I did bail, I did many things, and then I stuck to matrimonial matters. So don't make anyone your role model. Make your own self a role model, that yesterday you were like this, but today you are more confident, then tomorrow you will be better. So I think every role model other than your own mother, who is, or a father who is himself a lawyer or herself a lawyer, I think the role model be best to be made by your own self.
It's like picking up different fruits, whichever you part you like, just keep it in your kitty, and the rest needs to be
Yes, and we
discarded.
should not get emotional also, like, and not the emotions should be kept in the house or in a bucket, and then you should go out of the house in a very practical mindset, because you will face all sorts of challenges. And as you correctly said, just pick up where you are learning something and just go out, and then when it is your own chance to show your potential in your case, when you get your own case, so give your 100% of whatever you have learned.
So being practical, picking up things, then organizing, and then talking to people, being selective
Yes,
and
yes.
logical, rather than being feeling oriented and getting carried away.
Yeah, rather than being competitive, that my friend is going to this senior and see he is earning 50,000, I'm earning only 5,000. Just I have to tell from my own experience that, like, so many friends of mine are having lavish offices. I'm doing from my own house. I have a setup, but I'm very contented. It's not that if I get 5,000, I will be jealous that why she's getting 50,000. Important, our real monetary achievement is our satisfaction. That keep emotions aside, just follow your passion and give your 100% in your case, and money will follow, of course, but money should not be your driving force in the passion.
Right. So money will not be the driving
Yeah,
force,
that
but
I'm telling my experience. Of course, to each his own. Whatever you want to pick up, as we just said, pick up or then throw.
right. The most important skill over here is the person should be social service, so that they have the purpose of serving and giving justice to the people.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Like you can't be selfish. Like there are, as I am in the matrimonial matters, the ladies, when they walk in, they have lost their self-esteem, their self-confidence, their integrity. And when a girl comes to me, I do not keep seeing the watch that, okay, now 1 hour is over, the consultation is over. No, they have like come to me like I am their mother, counselor, guide, and everything. Even what they cannot speak to their own parents, they come and speak to me. So when they go, like a person with a suicidal mindset goes with a motive to live happily, is my achievement. And
That's
that is where social service counts. It's charity is not only giving money, but giving a lending ear to be an emotional support, and
and
the
that
support will
satisfaction.
follow. Once you develop a very confident relationship with your client, then if there is trust between the two of you, the case really works wonders, and the outcome is really positive. I have seen in so many of my cases. But if you only have the motive that okay, the client has come, आधा घंटा कंसल्टेशन लेना है, 10,000 फीस लेना है, फिर तू कौन मैं कौन, if you have this practical approach too much, then in the long run also doesn't pay. My own experience.
Right. When a student joins the law as a field just after completing their BA, LLB, or BSc, LLB 5-year degree, right? What is the first thing which they do when they enter the law course, or what is the first few months they spend time on, and what is the next work role they take up?
So the first thing is that they start searching for a senior, and they want to see that they want to take an experience. And I have seen that many of the children who are my friends' children who are doing law, they want to practice with many different seniors, and they try to figure out that which area they will really lock into and where they will excel. The way I gave my example of excelling in the family matters. So that is
Right.
what, not only after their law course, but also during the law course, now the legal machineries have become very smart to start giving the chance for them to explore and experience different fields of law, so that they are well settled much in early in their age, rather what we used to do. Like we used to have too much time. Now the students are more open minded, they have more avenues, like the social media is there and everything. They know what is right, what is wrong. They know that they cannot be used by seniors, and they have to be given some stipend. So all that, like now you have to start practice. Like you can't say that abhi like what I did, that you got married then you wait. You can't wait. Like I was lucky that I picked up my practice again, but then even 6 months drop counts, unless and until you are pregnant and you have to take a leave. I feel that without any break, you should keep pursuing your profession.
Right. So just like practicing under different lawyers and then finding out which is the one which is suiting you and
Yes.
then continuing with that. So
Yes.
to continue with that one, do the student needs to study more, or just by practice is it sufficient?
No, what happens that when a student realizes that okay, he or she is doing well in these cases, so then either that person can tell another friend that we will start an office in partnership. And then when they start getting some clients, they should do such good work for their clients that these clients will refer their names to other 10 clients. And that is how then their practice will start building and rising higher and higher.
So learning comes by practicing, not by
Yes.
taking degrees and qualifications over here.
Yeah, that is a part of studying. That is academics. But a profession means that you have to be in the profession, be in the experience.
Right. So even if a student is not very good in academically, but he likes talking to
No,
people.
that is too much a myth. I have got so many of my friends who have got 80 KT who have not got good marks. So I'm not telling the students not to study. That's very bad. You have to study. You have to pass. But don't be so mad for marks that you lose on your enjoying. Means this law profession also you have to enjoy, and I really enjoy because I love what I do. So I never feel that any day of work is a work day for me because I'm enjoying my thing. So it is not that a person who is academically very low will not be a good lawyer. All the friends of mine who have scored so less are today the best lawyers of Nagpur.
Congratulations. But the image of law is you have to learn so much thick books. That's the image we have for law.
So what I did is that we had, though I had the privilege to buy those hefty books, which I still have in my kitty. But the thing is that, you know, we always had notes of our professors, which we used to just go through the important sections and the important. That is why I said na, that to do everything, it is very important to have social skills. Like you ask your seniors, you ask your counterparts that what is important. Like how we do in 11th, 12th, we do the last 10 questionnaires, papers. So that is how like you get. It's not that you have to be very dumb that you don't know anything, like culpable homicide and murder. If two sections are very important and you don't do that, and then you go, so it is really stupidity. So the real smartness is do what is necessary for you. Like today, if I am doing matrimonial matters, so instead of section 13 1 IA of Hindu of special marriage of Hindu Marriage Act 1955 or Special Marriage Act, I do some other sections of property laws. That will be foolishness of me. I have to study the Protection of Domestic Violence Act 2005. I have to study from section 18 to 23 where I am going to fight rather than studying property law. So you have to be smart. See, you have to
Right.
be smart. It's not that only academically you have to do well.
So smart work, then involvement with the people, taking help, collaborative learning, and then following your passion. All of
Yes.
these are required.
Important is that you have to understand that what does your client want, what is the relief he is claiming. Like if my client is coming and she is not getting any maintenance from her husband, so her first and foremost goal is maintenance. So I should see to it that which is the best section I can take for my client, and in which best court I can go where I can get speedy justice for my client. So you have to do that smart work and you have to go.
Yeah. So clarity of various laws and knowledge of various codes available so that we can get our work done.
Yeah, jurisdiction, everything is important.
One more myth is there that law as a career, most of the people see law as a career only when the people stands in a law court, but there are various other fields also where people can practice law without going to courts and being a
Yes,
lawyer.
there are many arbitration. Then the people who are doing this property registration and all, they all sit in the offices only. Then when you become a solicitor, you can become a counsel, that you have to only appear in the high court when the need is there. So even the chamber practice is very important. There are many lawyers who do only chamber practice, and then they source their different lawyers in different courts, but their chamber practice and their drafting is so good that even the lawyers that they have sourced to different courts get good results.
Do you want to share what is arbitration, what is chamber practice, what is solicitor, so that students understand?
Arbitration is also a special thing where you have to take a degree and you get acquired, and then you have to, like, arbitrator means a person who is a mediator between the two. That is basically a arbitrator. Then a mediator is there in our family code who takes a workshop, or who attends a workshop, who attends a special course for mediation, gets a certificate, and then the family court refers them clients with the mediation. Then there are chamber practice where lawyers who have really, they have worked too many years in practice, and now they are only sitting in the chamber, they are doing their drafting, and they are sourcing lawyers to different courts and trying to seek relief for their client. So there are different fields of law, as that you can also sit in the chamber and practice without going out.
So this field is not restricted to the myth which we have is standing in the law court. There are so many other areas.
Yeah, law has got a various variety where you can share the link which I can provide in the video.
Sure, we'll do that. Do you also want to share something about corporate law?
Corporate law is also like my friend is dealing with corporate matters. Now the company law tribunal is there. So as you correctly said that law court is only not high court, civil court and criminal court. There are small tribunals who have to give speedy justice and a summary trial only for 160 days and such, like domestic violence proceedings, where you get a speedy justice. So these are called small tribunals where you have to go for some time only, and then you get you get practice. So there are many different fields of law which you can pick and choose. That that only will come with experience.
So there are so many things which a students can choose to take up
Yes,
depending
yes.
on their choices, their liking, their personal requirement, and their
that they will
family.
only know with experience.
Right,
Once
right,
they
right.
start in the field, only by studying. Like a chartered accountant knows that, okay, he has to study account. But for law, we have a vast umbrella. Like they can practice so many things.
We would also want to know that daily you will be dealing with n number of cases and people coming and
Yes,
going.
yes.
How does it affects your health, and how do you take care of it?
So yes, you have to not take stress, because when you take stress, all your energy levels will be drained. So you will not be giving 100% justice to your case. So you have to keep your mental and physical health so intact that it should not be affected by your case, by the grievances that our clients come with. Because one client will go, other client will come with another set of story, going from A to Z, having a different set of story. So you cannot get absorbed with every energy that comes. And you have to be very clear that our mission is to give that person justice, hear them out, be a good listener, and just do practical work like a square plus b square is 2a plus 2b, whatever. So what result you can give best. So that is the way I always keep smiling. I have a positive mindset. I go happily, I come happily. And also, if you have a passion, so your energies will also not be drained, because you are enjoying your work.
Do you also follow any specific routine to keep you healthy?
Yeah, the routine is that morning we do some exercise, yoga, as we are dealing with too many negative energies. And then we go to the court, we come back, we relax. And then evening is office time. And then, of course, family time. Family time is never compromised.
So following strict timelines is the key, and doing a
Not
part of.
always being a lawyer, unless and until you, unless and until of your struggling years, beginning years. After that, when you stand on your own feet, then you have the liberty to take time off, go for a vacation. Like just now monsoon is going, so I can accordingly schedule my dates in the court. I can also go out with my family, and I can enjoy. So law is one profession which gives you total liberty. Also, you have a chance of giving your wakalatnama and asking someone else to appear on your behalf. Your friends are there, your colleagues are there. So this profession is so beautiful. So it's of course, like very rarely, like as I am not a criminal lawyer, so I do not face that difficulty कि oh God अभी उसको bail देना है तो मतलब आज ही भागना है. So being a matrimonial lawyer, I have the liberty to have good family life also and good professional life. I strike a balance between the both.
Right. So in the beginning, students can spend time in establishing themselves, and once they get established, they can take a liberty, some liberty, not more, and
Of
then
course,
they
of
can.
course. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Thank you. Thank you for that beautiful sharing. Before we end the session, we would like to know from you, are there any changes which have happened in the law system recently, which you would like to highlight with the people over here?
Yes, the very important thing is that the Criminal Procedure Code, the Indian Penal Code, and the Evidence Act have been replaced with new laws, which is Bharatiya Nyay Sanhita, Bharatiya Nagrik Suraksha Sanhita, Bharatiya Sakshya Abhiniyam, that you will get if you download the NCRB app in the Play Store. Then whatever previous section like 498A IPC, when I was drafting a police complaint, I went into the search column, I put that section. So a new section of 85, 86 erupted of BNS. So this is a very easy tool for the students to just type a previous section and the new law, the new section will come. So it's very important to download this app, as now we are introduced with these new laws. And so we have all the sections and everything is similar. They only the numbers have changed, and more impact is now given on the thing. Like more, it has become more online. Like even now, e-filing, like the case filing, the video verification. So everything has now come into online. We working even in the legal machineries.
Which means continuous learning is something which students should be doing, as and when
Yes.
something new comes up, they should incorporate immediately into their
And
working
also when
methodology.
they are linked with all the course, they will keep getting the updates that now the workshop, like for this new laws also I had to attend a workshop. So there I came to know more in depth about these three laws. So all this continuous learning is very important.
So just like for other careers, we have workshops happening. For law, also there are workshops happening
There are
where
constantly workshops having, even in the courts, like even Belapur Bandra Family Court. Like today, we had a long workshop on e-filing, like how we should do our case filing online, because there are too many online glitches which we need to learn, and that is why these clerks and all are earning very heftily, because we are unaware of the online glitches, which is only that our kids who have just who are Gen Zs are more tech savvy. So we have that myth that we in 40s will not learn anything. So we need to come out of that and start learning. And so we have to attend the workshops.
right. So that's the spirit which we have, that we are as good as you are, and now we can also perform these technical operations by attending these workshops.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you so much.
But if you have to go back 26 years back and advise your younger self, your younger Amtu, so what are the three advices you would give to yourself?
I would always have three advices for myself, that Amtu, mind you, you have to be financially independent. What subject is it which you will work and you will feel that no day is called a work day and you will enjoy? Another advice I will give is that in your 11th and 12th score such good marks that you don't have a difficulty in pursuing your passion.
Right. So identifying your subjects, then marks, and then financial freedom are the three keywords. Thank you for that sharing. If any student wants to connect with you, like how can they connect with you?
They can connect through you.
Okay, so I'll add your descriptions in the YouTube, and also they can connect through me.